What's going on, filmmakers? I'm Alexander Don, and today I'm going to take you behind the scenes on a VR commercial. Sadly, I can't show the full commercial due to copyrights, but as you can see, I put together some of the shots I filmed for it. And just to keep in mind, these are only some of the scenes I filmed for this commercial. I'll take you behind the scenes on more scenes for the next episode. As for now, we're going to deep dive into my cinematography for these three scenes. First thing first, let's start with the gear I used. My cameras of choice for this project were Sony FX6 with autofocus primes and a DJI Ronin RS2 with Sony a7S III paired with autofocus primes as well. My lighting of choice for this commercial was pretty minimal. I wanted to work as fast as possible because we had a limited time frame, and so I went with the Nanlite Forza 60B with the Nanlite projector lens and a Mixpanel 150 with softbox and a grid in front. I also had with me some PavoTubes, which I used for some scenes as well. For my first scene, I wanted to mimic morning at the office light. And so I used the Forza 60B on a warmer tone, and I used the projector lens to mimic the sunlight hitting the wall. My key light was the Mixpanel 150 with a softbox and a grid, which helped me focus my light where I wanted without having too much spill on the wall. Also, my key light had a cooler tone than my Forza 60B. I usually do this to create color contrast. As a backlight, I had a window in the back, which was very helpful, and because it was a cloudy day, the lighting was constant. Also, I managed to create layering and 3D separation between the subject and background because of my lighting, so this was very helpful as well. I also took the call to not shoot slow motion since I wanted the commercial to be more dynamic, and I also used autofocus, which helped me film faster and focus more on the camera movement rather than keeping things in focus. And I think this is a very important thing to do whenever you have to be fast. You have to take into consideration eliminating some factors that might distract you, such as manual focusing. My plan for this commercial was to film as much footage as I can, scene by scene, and get creative in post-production. I approached this project as if I'm shooting stock footage because the plan was to use most of the shots in different campaigns as well. I also took some shots on gimbal and got a little bit creative with it, and I think it helped a lot in the final commercial, which sadly I cannot show you, but you can see some of the shots here. We also recorded some sound for the main commercial as well. That's why I have the wireless lavalier system on my Sony a7S III on the gimbal. Because I really like the corner we filmed in, I took the call to film some extra shots with the guy in the same location. And for this, I only changed my lighting a little bit, but as you can see on the lighting scheme, it's not so different. It's only a different light placement. So it looks similar, but because of the actor's position, I couldn't put the lights in the same position as the previous scene. Second scene was totally different in terms of lighting. We used the same key light, the Mixpanel 150, but we changed its color from daylight to blue. The reason I did this is because I wanted to mimic nighttime at the office. And usually blue light allows us to sell the idea of nighttime. We also lit up some of the practicals in the office, and I think that helped a lot. But to improve my cinematography, I also used some PavoTube 15X near the practicals so I can motivate my lighting. This is a really cool example on how you can use the same room but change its appearance only by switching lighting. I think you can film in the worst locations possible sometimes, but if you have good lighting and good lighting skills, you can make it look absolutely amazing. And usually when it comes to quality and camera qualities, I think if you have really good lighting, your image will look absolutely amazing. Third scene was very similar with the second scene, but we changed the location. I mean, not really, but you get the point. One thing that I did extra was to add more haze in the room, and therefore we managed to create a different look than the second scene, even though our lighting was very similar. Overall, I think we managed to get some really good shots in just a few hours without a big crew or ton of lights or rigging. And my point with this is that you can shoot amazing things if you have tools that are versatile. In my case, I only used 2 sets of lights that can do a ton of things, and I don't have to sweat carrying a ton of equipment with me to make really good images. The point is, guys, what I want to say is that it's important to have lights that do multiple things good, like the Mexpanel 150 or some Pavo tubes or the Forza 60B, which is a dual color light, or have those kind of tools that whenever you need them on set help you a lot and you can create stunning images with it. And if you follow me for a while, you know that I used constantly the Forza 60B paired with the projector, or the Forza 500 or the Mixpanel 150B, because these lights are really versatile. Alright, so I want to give you a little bit of hint on what we're gonna do next time. So here is some footage that we're gonna analyze in the next video. And if you guys enjoyed this short behind the scenes, please give me a subscribe so you can stay tuned for the next one. I also color graded this video with my own LUTs, and if you enjoyed the footage that you see on my channel, you can buy my LUTs and have a similar result as I have, because I worked so much on my LUTs that I'm using every day, anytime, even now. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, I'm Alexander Don. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, make sure to have some fun shooting and create some epic images.